My name is Casper, and I have been working as a fisherman for over 20 years. But tonight has been the strangest night yet. During one of our fishing trips on a moonless night, I was standing on the deck of the boat, smoking a cigarette, when I noticed a massive shadow in front of us, not reflecting any light. I grabbed my magnifying glasses to get a closer look and discovered it was a huge cargo ship. However, it appeared to be empty of any cargo. It swayed with the waves, and I informed the crew. We all gathered on the deck, staring at this silent behemoth. We attempted to communicate with the ship using the radio, but there was no response. We approached the ship cautiously, making sure we were close enough to confirm if there was any problem. It was an eerie combination of stillness and darkness. We decided to board the ship and investigate. We secured our boat to the ship and used the ladder to climb aboard. 2 members of the crew accompanied me. There was no sign of life, no sound, no light, only the sound of waves crashing against the ship's hull. We made our way to the control room, only to be met with the sight of a suspended body. Fear engulfed us, and the atmosphere was terrifying. We hurriedly left the room, only to find another lifeless body on the floor, ravaged by disease. Shocked and horrified, we quickly exited the ship and returned to our own boat. We alerted the authorities, who took charge of the situation. Until now, I still don't know how this happened, and to be honest, I don't care to find out. I'd rather not remember this night. Title: The Haunting Night on the Abandoned Ship. It was a moonless night, shrouded in darkness as Casper, an experienced fisherman, embarked on another routine fishing trip. Little did he know that this night would be etched into his memory as the most peculiar and chilling experience of his career. As Casper stood on the deck of his boat, enjoying a moment of solitude and a puff from his cigarette, a massive shadow loomed before them, obscuring any trace of light. Intrigued, he grabbed his magnifying glasses, hoping to decipher the nature of this mysterious apparition. To his surprise, it materialized into a colossal cargo ship, devoid of any visible cargo. The ship swayed in tandem with the rhythmic waves, as if taunting Casper and his crew. Alarmed by this bizarre encounter, Casper quickly informed his crew, and together they gathered on the deck, their eyes fixed upon the silent enigma before them. Attempts to establish communication with the ship through the radio yielded only static and eerie silence. Determined to uncover the truth, they cautiously closed the distance, their trepidation mounting with each step. The vessel exuded an unsettling calmness, accentuated by the pitch-black surroundings. Suppressing their escalating fears, they resolved to board the ship, driven by an unrelenting curiosity. Tethering their boat to the enigmatic vessel, Casper and 2 crew members ascended the ladder, their apprehension palpable. As they set foot on the abandoned ship, an unnerving hush enveloped them. The absence of any signs of life, no sounds, no lights, exacerbated their mounting anxiety. Undeterred, they ventured towards the ship's control room, desperately seeking answers. However, what they encountered there would forever haunt their nightmares. The control room bore witness to an abominable sight, a lifeless body suspended in the air, a macabre display of death's grip. Shock and terror coursed through their veins as their worst fears. Alright, let me tell you the story of this terrifying event. One day, I went with my father on a fishing trip by boat in a coastal area. The sky was clear, and the weather was sunny as we left the harbor. We headed towards the area known for fishing, and we spent enjoyable hours fishing. However, time started passing, and the sun began to recede on the horizon, indicating that we needed to return to the harbor before sunset. Unfortunately, the boat's engine malfunctioned on our way back. We became disoriented and anxious as darkness engulfed the area and the sea waves grew stronger. We decided to anchor on the nearest beach to repair the engine and wait for rescue. While we were waiting by the boat, we noticed a mysterious object lying on the shore. The dim conditions made it difficult to identify at first, but as we approached, we realized it was a human body. Strange and unsettling feelings stirred within us, and we were torn between the curiosity to know what had happened and the fear of witnessing a horrifying scene. We decided to approach the body to examine it and possibly identify its identity or inform the authorities. As we reached the side of the body, strange and bewildering things occurred. The wind began to howl forcefully, and the waves crashed against the shore with unusual intensity. It was as if nature was responding to the scene of death and mystery. Suddenly, incomprehensible screams filled the air, and visibility became distorted due to thick fog emanating from nowhere. Strange noises bothered us, and nearby trees began to move in a frightening manner without any noticeable wind. There was a mysterious energy surrounding us. We felt shivers running deep within our bodies, as if we had entered a dark world filled with lost souls. Fear and horror overwhelmed us, and we wondered whether this corpse was a victim of a crime or if something supernatural was happening in this deserted place. In a state of panic, we decided to quickly distance ourselves from the corpse and the cursed beach. We ran towards the boat and exerted all our strength to repair the engine and escape from this place full of demons. The constant time pressure and mounting tension prevented us from thinking logically, as escape became our sole objective. Thanks to our ability to focus and work together, we finally managed to repair the engine and restart the boat. We sped away at maximum speed, looking back to see the terrifying scene fading behind us. After reaching the harbor, we informed the authorities about the discovered corpse and the strange events we had encountered. A team of police officers and investigators was dispatched to explore the area and examine the body, which was revealed to belong to a person who had been missing for a long time. Welcome to this thrilling story. I, Adam, along with Mike and David, were on an exciting fishing trip on a remote coastline. One day, as we were walking along the beach, we noticed an old and abandoned lantern emitting a dim light from a distance. It immediately caught our attention and sparked our curiosity to discover what might be inside. We cautiously approached the lantern, with each step bringing us closer to its intriguing mystery. Upon reaching it, we felt a thrill of anticipation and excitement. With difficulty, we opened the worn wooden door and entered the deserted lantern. The interior appeared engulfed in darkness, with a musty and damp smell filling the air. A faint light flickered through a broken window, drawing our attention. We decided to explore the upper floor, gradually expanding our field of vision in that old, abandoned room. The walls were covered in cracks and ghosts of dust. Suddenly, we noticed strange echoing sounds resonating throughout the place. It seemed like distant whispers floating in the air, arousing our senses and sending shivers down our spines. Tensions escalated, but we resolved to continue the adventure and uncover the source of the haunting voices. We pressed on into the depths of the lantern, and with each step, the terrifying encounters multiplied. We heard footsteps echoing behind us in the narrow corridors. As we ventured through the darkened rooms, the eerie sounds and vanishing apparitions intensified. Panic gripped us, but curiosity wouldn't allow us to retreat. We persisted in delving deeper into the abandoned lantern. In one of the rooms, everything turned upside down. We entered a small room filled with creepy old dolls. Their disfigured faces and glassy eyes stared at us menacingly. Our screams pierced the air, and panic set in as we scrambled to escape this terrifying nightmare. As we ran for our lives towards the exit, we stumbled upon a staircase leading to the roof of the lantern. Upon reaching the rooftop, we felt the gentle breeze and the soothing rays of the moon, as if we had been liberated from the clutches of darkness and evil. As we caught our breath, we looked back and saw the lantern glowing with its own fiery flames, engulfed in tongues of fire devouring it. That sight reminded us of our terrifying and thrilling adventure inside the abandoned lantern. Since then, our story has become the talk among sailors, who warn each other about the cursed lantern. It is a chilling tale of survival from malevolent spirits and haunting ghosts that inhabit the lantern, eagerly awaiting brave adventurers to ensnare them in its terrifying trap. And with that, we conclude our eerie tale inside the abandoned lantern, where courage and fear converged in our hearts, preparing us for new adventures that await us in the depths of the seas.